Yo guys, what is up? Max in our first Descendant video, and today we're talking about something that you need to be doing right now and understanding, and it is one of the most important ways to increase your damage on your character and on your weapons, and that has to do with the encrypted vaults or encrypted storage boxes, and also crystallization catalysts and energy activators. We're going to be talking about quite a bit today, but it's something that I keep seeing asked in my Twitch chat, on YouTube comments. It's one of the things that I think people are still very confused on, and so I want to break down everything you need to know. Hope you guys enjoy the video. Let's get right into it. So one of the questions I get asked most is, how is your module capacity 79? How do you have mods that are green that cost 8 and mine costs 16? How are you doing this? And it's a really important concept to understand, because one of the biggest ways to improve your damage and your survivability on your characters and on your weapons is having more mods, right? The more mods that you have, the more damage you're going to do, the more survivability you'll have, so on and so forth. Now, the most important button here is the module additional settings. When you click this, you will have two options to, one, increase your capacity of your said weapon or character. These are by reactors, and then there's the catalyst. This means the assign module socket type. When you put on a socket on a weapon, you're going to get a reduced cost of that mod. So for example, if I remove my better insight here and put it away from the socket, it's going to cost 16. If I put it in the socket, it costs 8. So by putting mods on matching sockets, we're able to fit more mods on because they're going to cost less. This is what weapon proficiency is. When you get a weapon to level 40, you have the option of prestiging it with these catalysts to drop it back down to level 1, but you're going to be able to put an additional socket type on it. It's the same thing with your Descendant. When you get your Descendant to level 40, my friend is not quite level 40, but when you get your Descendant to 40, you can prestige them. They'll go back down to level 1, and then you can put another socket type on them. And these crystallization catalysts are really important, and today we're going to be talking about exactly how to farm them, and also the energy reactors to like double your mod capacity on your characters and on your weapons. I do want to make a quick note that every time you level up a new weapon or a new Descendant, you're going to increase your mastery rank. However, if you like prestige or crystallization catalyst your weapon or your Descendant and re-level them to 40, you don't earn more mastery rank for that second level or third level. It is only for brand new things. So if you want to be leveling up your mastery rank quickly, you should always have on a weapon like passively that you haven't used before. These will just constantly give you new XP while you're just playing the game for more mastery rank. But if you want the most mastery rank, you're going to be actually shooting and killing things with new weapons and new Descendants. Mastery rank is also really important because it's one of the primary ways to get extra capacity on your Descendants. As you can see, you can go from the main screen, click on mastery rank, and every mastery rank will have benefits in terms of the capacity. So when you see me having like 3 or 4 more capacity than you do on your Descendant, it's probably because I'm mastery rank 15, which gives me 48 capacity on my weapons. But for example, if you're mastery rank like 7, you're only going to have 40. So you want to be leveling up new Descendants and new weapons because you'll get more capacity. Even if you don't plan on using a Descendant or using a weapon, it'll give you more capacity for your main weapons and main Descendants. Now let's talk about crystallization catalysts and how to craft them and energy activators. So if you come to the research lady, you can type in energy, and that will pull up the crystallization catalyst and the energy activators. These are the two most important items in the game for power, right? And if you come and click on them, you can actually hit F on any of them to see exactly where they are farmed. All of their resources besides one are going to be farmed from like normal killing enemies. So for example, like these advanced neural circuits are just a bunch of mission monsters that we need to kill. The murky energy, we just kill mission monsters. But there is always going to be one item in these that are required from these encrypted storage boxes or these like precise encrypted vaults. I pulled my chat and it seemed like 80% of people didn't know what these were and how to do them. So I'm going to be walking you through that today. It's the same thing with the energy activators. These give you like 20 to 30 extra capacity on your weapons and Descendants. But in order to get them, you need to open up more vaults. These conductive metallic foils, which I've farmed quite a bit of, are also from precise vaults and like different types of vaults. So let's talk about how to get those. You'll note that when looking at these like encrypted storage boxes, sometimes they say Enzo Descendant required. Enzo is one of the descendants in this game that has a like special ability to be better at opening these encrypted vaults. I don't know why. Maybe it's because he's got these like cool little thing on his eye. But if you want to open these and have the best chance of getting the rewards from these vaults, you're gonna want Enzo. This person's following me around. Hello. Now, the two maps to farm the resources to build these crystallization catalysts and energy activators are from Vespers and Agna Desert. The encrypted boxes can be found in other maps, but the only ones you're really going to care about opening are Vespers and Agna Desert, because those have the materials for the like super special crystallization catalysts and energy activators. I think we should just opt to call them like mushrooms or something easier. But all you want to do is you come here with your Descendant. It doesn't have to be Enzo, but I promise you it'll make your life easier if you do have Enzo. It's a little bit of a silly system, but what you want to do is hit your scan button. Sounds like there's some loud gunfire, but if you can hear that like beeping noise, that means that we are facing in the direction of an encrypted vault, right? It's not proximity based, so if I'm next to it but I'm looking the wrong way, I won't hit a beep. If I'm looking in the right direction, I will hit a beep. These things have specific spawn locations, but they can they'll like bounce around, and you can farm them as many times as you want. They do like respawn if you just leave the area. As you can see, I'm like not looking in the right way. Oh, I guess I am now. See if we can go find these. By the way, these are a lot more efficient if you want to like team up with some people in like a Discord to go farm them together, because then you can have 4 people looking for them, and you know, sometimes they're pretty well hidden. Here is one of them though. Now, in order to interact with these, you're going to need a Codebreaker, which we'll talk about the most efficient farm for Codebreakers in a second. But it's a pretty simple mini game on these easy ones. You just wait for the little circle to go around and click it. It's kind of like one of those games at an arcade. And I've found in most like sections, typically I can find 1 to 2 of these guys. At most I've found 4, but we're going to keep looking to see if we can find another one real quick. Now the rewards that you get from that, you just saw I just got metallic foil. The rewards that you get are corresponding to the color of the vault. So the white vaults, also this symbol here typically means that you're close to a vault. If you've ever seen these symbols walking around, I would usually typically recommend pinging. See if we can find one. Doesn't look like it. It was probably for this guy that was up there. But those little blue symbols are typically indicators that there is a vault nearby. If you've ever noticed them around the map and been wondering what the heck they were. So we just found a purple one of these. The purple ones are going to require the ultra precision code breakers. These will give you the most resource. I am on hard mode, so this should give me a lot of Kuiper. I think it's like 76,000. Just note that if you fail these, you lose your keys. And I'm going to be honest with you, if you're not playing Enzo, these can be pretty challenging to open. You're going to want to pay attention. The big tricky thing is it'll change what button you need to click, whether it's your left or right mouse. I'm not sure what it is on controller, but just going to show it to you. But if you do have an Enzo on your team, and Enzo can open these for you, and then only like everyone gets the rewards if Enzo opens them. So here's the little mini game. It's a lot bigger area, like you literally can't fail if you're on Enzo. But there is 75,000 Kuiper just by opening that, which is a ton, and we get a resource for making the best material in the entire game. Also, just note there was a little blue thing here. Oh, look, there's another one here. If you go to your inventory and then come down to consumables, that's where you'll see the miscellaneous tab, and you'll see how many of these code analyzers and code breakers that you have. Code breakers are for hard mode difficulty. Code analyzers are for normal mode difficulty. And you most likely will have a bunch on you just from playing the game. So I strongly recommend just checking this out real quick and seeing how many you have. And then the question is, how do we most efficiently farm these? So if we click acquisition info on these. These are the ultra precision ones, so these are like the big juice. As you can see, I farmed 7 of these, and I've already opened a few of them for making this video where I've had to do multiple takes. But I'm sitting on like hundreds of thousands of Kuiper just by using these. Now, for the acquisition info of these, you will see that they're basically from everything. Almost all the monsters in the game can actually drop these, which is why you'll most likely have a few just by playing the game. The monsters, you'll just passively earn these, but I have found a farm that is particularly good for them that I wanted to share with you, and that actually just happens to be the best Kuiper shard farm in the game, which I made a video on the other day. If you come to the Sterile Lands, you can go to Rockfall and then do the anticipated ambush point. This is a 30-second mission that gives you around 300,000 Kuiper per hour if you're doing it efficiently. And the mobs in this can drop the Codebreakers. So not only is it the best Kuiper farm, but you'll get a bunch of Codebreakers, and then you can use those to get even more Kuiper, which makes this farm even more efficient. So if you're looking to get a bunch of these, this is really, really good to do. And in my opinion, the best like farm for these Codebreakers right now. I got like 3 or 4 of them just doing this for a little bit. So yeah, that is the farm. Guys, that's going to do it for the video. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch y'all in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.